Zacks Rank Buys, stocks with a short-term buy or strong buy recommendation. Now, here are more Zacks Rank Buys. Let's check out a couple of momentum stock pick ideas with Mike Vodicka, who kind of watches momentum stocks and analyzes them for us at Zacks.com. And one of the ones that you brought with you here today, BlackRock Incorporated, BLK, the ticker symbol. Now, they've been in the news a lot lately.
Yeah, they have. They've been getting a lot of attention. It's kind of one of the Cadillac financial services companies of Wall Street. They've got a big-time reputation.
And the scooper-upper of toxic assets.
Yeah, they were involved. They were brought into the government's program to buy some of those assets recently. I think they were a replacement pick for someone that was moved out. I actually can't remember who that was. But generally speaking, BlackRock is a fairly high-profile company.
Notice how I know those technical terms, scooper-upper.
Exactly. But I think we talked about them maybe a month or so ago, and they just reported another quarter, so I thought we'd give an update to our audience.
Sure.
To give a little background, BlackRock is a pure asset management company, and it's big too, $31 billion market cap, so it's definitely a big-time company. But their recent third quarter results reported on October 13th were pretty solid. The revenue was down a bit year over year. It was down it was down 13%. Which isn't the end of the world, but their earnings came in ahead of expectations at $2.10 per share against the Zacks consensus estimate of $1.87. So that's fairly productive on the earnings side. Now, in terms of comments about the quarter, what they said is that they really benefited from investors shifting back into riskier assets, as moving out of cash positions, because it's hard for them to generate fees and advisory services when their customers aren't investing, so to speak. So they definitely benefited from the market's newborn appetite for risk. Then also a key metric that that is used to evaluate these asset management companies is assets under management. And in that category, they added $61 billion to their assets over the quarter. And now they manage, this is pretty incredible, $1.435 trillion.
Very interesting.
So that's a big time number. From a valuation perspective, because the share price has posted some pretty big gains over the year, it's not exactly cheap right now. It's trading at 36 times projected current year earnings, so it's a little bit pricey.
Yeah.
And then getting back to what I thought about before the chart, shares have been rallying since early March, bottomed out with the market, and recently broke above a short-term level of resistance at 228 and hit a new 52-week high. So they've done well.
All right. China Automotive Systems is also one that you've been looking at, CAAS, the ticker symbol. They are in the auto parts business?
Yeah, this company is actually kind of a holding company, and they have interests in 9 individual parts companies in China. Their biggest segment is power steering systems. That's where they have their most exposure. But this company here is really, it's a play on China, and we've talked about this a lot in momentum because China has been so hot while the rest of the, most of the global economies have struggled. Just the other day, China reported their GDP growth at 8.9%. So that's pretty incredible considering what's happening everywhere else. And that dynamic's definitely played into this company's results. The second quarter, they reported in early August. Sales are up 34% year over year to $62 million. They have really nice top line growth. That's something that we're looking for now, companies that are actually able to grow sales year over year. So that was solid. And then, of course, they beat on earnings. 24 cents per share was 11 cents ahead of the Zacks consensus estimate. So they had a nice beat over there. And they have a cash position of $48 million. So that gives them a little bit of breathing room, a cushion against capital investments or what kind of activities they want to pursue. The valuation picture for this company is a little more attractive than BlackRock. They're trading at 23 times, which that is a premium to the market, but you are getting the nice exposure to China, and then also the next year estimate is fairly bullish at 63 cents per share. Okay. And then finally, the last piece of the puzzle here, of course, would be the chart. And kind of the same story before. Shares bottomed out in March, and since then, they're up more than 100%. They've more than doubled and just hit a new 52-week high a couple days ago, so they're definitely trending higher.
All right. Do you own either of these two?
No, I don't.
Check out more Zacks Rank stock pick ideas on our homepage at Zacks.com. In the upper right-hand corner, we update 4 new ideas for you each day, 1 in each of the investment categories listed there. With Mike Vodicka, I'm Terry Ruffalo.